You know, say, from the 1980s, when Michael Jackson, we talk about world food shortage. And from that till this time, they talk about world food shortage. But we know they must speak specifically now, given them challenges that they face in Europe again. And Europe is not the world. So let's be very clear. A lot of time them talk about world and it's them country they talk about. There will be food shortage in Europe, for sure. When we look around our yard, which part of the food shortage? Say you have a Neesberry tree, you have a mango tree, you have every kind of fruit tree around there, you have Guinea tree, them tree have beer perennially, man. Always. So the question is, what kind of food do you want? Because if you live in a tropical country and you want tropical food, there's no food shortage. No matter how much bomb you want to drop in Ukraine and Russia, that's not the trade in my country. However, interestingly, a couple weeks ago I forgot Germany. You know, I want to injection some cargo in them countries still. See? I go to Germany now, and when you leave Frankfurt, I go to a place named University of Kassel to go do a presentation and things still. All I call asymmetries between north-south people. No, so we're driving, the Virgin driving, you know what I'm saying? People come pick you up. 190 miles. So I want some of the camera in the videos, you know. When I look on the place now, I look. A tree me I look on, you know. Kind of my head me I look on the landscape. Now would you believe that I drove for 190 miles? And up to now I don't see a fruit tree. Now when we're leaving University of Kassel to go back to Frankfurt, we took the train this time, so I said we're going to drive through the hills and things. No fruit trees. For nearly 400 miles I ride on public transportation and don't see one fruit tree. So it's quite funny to ask me this question now because I was saying to my brethren them, Father, this thing is seriously the war, man, because if they really can't get no wheat-based thing, then people going to suffer and dead, man, because I like a Jamaica where you have a breadfruit tree, you have a this tree, you have a that tree. So if you don't have no wheat, you make no bread. I mean, you know, we were staying in a hotel in a fire. And so when you get up in the morning, and I go down to the man place, I look at what they eat now. Every food that they eat, look like it come from somewhere else. So you see how serious it is now. So when you hear a European man tell you, say, he might have food shortage because of a war. They might generalize the world, but I tell you, in reality, it's a serious thing for European people. There's going to be significant food shortages because a lot of them food is based on wheat products and things still. No, you're even making it worse now. A lot of these people in Europe, they don't have no energy for themselves. And it's winter coming. So in winter you have less food being produced, you know. If you study history, you know, remember say, you know, when Napoleon lose the war, when Napoleon takes him to invade Moscow, you know, the man from Russia, burn down Moscow, you know, and retreat to some far places. So when Napoleon reached there was no shelter and there was no food. His hungry belly and cold kill off Napoleon soldier them, you know. So that's a part of those people historical reference point. So when them see have a war taking place and you see winter coming on, a lot of people start to worry. In the conference in Germany, they were saying to us that they want us to keep the windows them closed. They might promote energy conservation. Matter of fact, Germany, I mean, straight, but Germany has actually now allocated $150 billion just towards military development. So that they say, my plan for war. We know that during war, food production decreases. So truly, there's going to be a problem with food shortages in Europe. But in other places, you won't have a shortage. Do you know that currently, more than 40% of all food produced waste globally? 40%, somebody must go online and check it out, of food produced globally tend to be wasted. Now, I'm not talking about like our long time trees, you know, like the mango tree and the apple tree. And no, that's not a part of the food that is produced, you know. We are talking them go in them regular farming thing, which include plants and animals. Waste for a number of reasons. Might that be like in Jamaica case, you have our post office and facilities, like a proper distribution channels, but we still don't have no food shortage. Every food that we consume in Jamaica take less than 11 months to be ready, including some animals like fish, and like chicken, which is really a chicken. But most of our vegetables them, 4 to 6 weeks. Some might take all 3 months. Ground food might take 3 to 9 months. See? Banana, the thing that take the most, from planting to reaping is about 11 months. Outside of that, everything else you can get. So even if we have a shortage temporarily, within a short time that can be resolved. My concern though, is that with this impending war going on, and some of the implications, we don't see it as an opportunity now for us to now make us zoom in and say we can promote more self-reliance and collective security. So if it's rice people want in the Caribbean, they want a land within Guyana and Suriname and Belize. They can plant any amount of rice or any amount of wheat you want to feed look at 25 million people in the Caribbean. 25 million people are hard to feed. You understand what I say? Everything that we want, we can plant on other islands as well. So truly, Caribbean people and places where the sun shines, even in Africa, must recognize the opportunity now to galvanize and make sure say we truly promote what we call food security. Because you can only have health and wealth security if you have food security. You know. Remember that in Jamaica, you know, and many developing nations, is lifestyle illnesses kill off most of the people. I mean things that you consume, you know. So if I say, in Jamaica, I can tell a man, let's say, imported bad food kill more people in Jamaica every year than gunshot. Yeah. You have more than 2,000 people dead every year from diabetes, and less than 2,000 people dead every year from violent crimes. And while we spend billions of dollars trying to fight what they call crime, we don't fight the biggest crime against the people, which is the importation of bad food. And that is food that we don't produce, food that we don't even need. As a matter of fact, when the people get sick from lifestyle illnesses now, when the doctor tells them to go eat, boy, go and eat sweet potato and eat yam, because those are complex carbohydrates and they release the sugar slowly, and so them good for you if you have diabetes. So why we not eat it before we have diabetes? So right now, you have a world shortage of wheat and flour. But wheat and flour is not the only food on the face of the earth. See, do you know that the man say because of climate change, they have got some challenges with food. And them start to identify some food that them say are climate resilient. Among the 5 food that them identify, I don't remember 3 of them, but remember there's 3 because these are 3 food that is in Jamaica. And remember say you must use amaranth, which is callaloo, cocoa, where Jamaican people call hard time food. And there's one more, it's in my mind now, but I tell you, I remember clearly, no, I never cassava, but 3 of the food that I identify were foods that we have in Jamaica. We just grow wild. So when we talk about food shortage, I see no food shortage as no problem for Caribbean and countries that have sun. But there's a real serious concern about people in Europe. And it is worsened by the fact, say, because of all European people again deal with the environment everywhere them go. The climate change accelerate. Remember, the climate is always changing, you know. But the acceleration now of the climate change is what is causing the problem. So if you look at even the news, where we have increase in droughts, increase in occurrence of other forms of natural hazard, look and see the places that you see are suffer the most from it. Look at the kind of floods that you see take place in Europe. A big part, a whole part in the Antarctica are melting, you know. And it causes sea level rising. And so what in Europe and Asia. So it is very real. Germany, some 6-lane highway when you look is like a big river. Seeing Spain, Italy, when you talk about climate change, remember in Italy in the last year more than 2,000 people dead from the sunstroke alone, you know. That are more people than dead from gunshot than Jamaica, you know. So right now when Jamaica people afraid of gunshot, in Italy people afraid of the sun. Can you imagine that, man? So it's a serious thing those people are actually facing, and the reality is that, say, with the climate change and the sun vibes, those people are at serious risk from all kind of cancers. You see? And that is why I think that these people are fueling a lot of research on ganja. Because ganja is one of the plants that boosts your immune system to actually bolster it from any form of cancer, including skin cancer. The data showing us say 50 million years ago the ganja plant emerged as something that actually do that, you know. It protects from ultraviolet rays, you know. So it not only support certain illnesses they have like dementia-related illnesses like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. That's why I promote CDB here because CDB is good to treat those other form of psychosis. See? But the other elements in it as well, you know, good for your skin and good for a lot of your internal organs. There's a lot of study on it because there's an urgency to find something that is going to ward off some of those problems that those people face. See? But the food shortage in Europe is very real. The climate change impacts on the globe, but particularly on persons who live in particular areas in Europe, is also very real. I'm not saying that people who live on island states not going to be affected, you know. But I observe and I say, currently, when I look at the places that are being affected the most by floods and hurricanes and certain places and storms and typhoons, is not the Caribbean. You have some places in Asia where, you know, say, have challenged, but I say as Caribbean people, it seems that we are not as bad off as the rest of people, man, things. We're being food in terms of climate change. No, but what I know, take that serious. Take it serious, because I'm going to migrate. All right. There's a book named The Emerald Tablets of King Tut, the Atlantean. See? You see that book? It started that book, let me tell you how the poles were shifting. North and the South poles are shift. And when the shifting of the poles take place, I say I saw Atlantis now, which are a set of islands. Of people ask that Jamaica is part of that colony and things, you know? They must say the poles them start to rise. And it's over enough years, not 1 day or 2 days, not like a flash flood. People start to move from the lands to the highest points. I argue that is all the information move from those places up to Ethiopia and things. And then spread from Ethiopia through Kemet and through India and Asia and come to Central America, etc., and things still. See?
Well, let me hear you say mountain, mountain.